Hello everyone, welcome back. We have solved so many different questions in part 1. Here in this session also I am covering some different varieties of questions, some higher order thinking skill questions. So which are very useful for your exam preparation. So watch the video till end. I would request you to solve along with me. If you have any doubt, please ask me in the comment box. I'll surely reply to you. So let's start the first question. Okay. So, two pillars of equal height stand on the either side of the roadway. Alright. So, the roadway is there and two pillars of equal heights are given. As I said in previous part also, making the figure of this trigonometry application is very much important thing. Okay. So, if you make the figure correctly, then you will get the correct answers. Okay. So let's say this is the roadway. These are the two pillars which are on the either side of the roadway and they have equal height. So let's say these are H. Okay. And this total distance of this is 150 meter. Okay. And now the point of the elevation, okay, the of the pillar 60 and 30 degree. Now remember what I said, 30 degree is smaller, so make a smaller angle than 60 degree. Okay, you can't make, you can't take that both at equal distance because the angles are different. So make sure you are taking one angle smaller and one angle bigger. So if I'll just make this as 30 degree elevation and this is 60 degree, so that helps. Alright, and now we have to find the height of the pillar and the position of the point. So we have to find the position of this point C. Alright, so label it and now let's solve this. So let's say this distance BC is X. So the remaining distance CF is 150 minus X. Now if I'll take the first triangle, so in triangle ABC, what do we get? Tan 60 degree, which is equals to AB to BC, right? And then when I solve this, what I get? Tan 60 degrees square root of 3, which is H over X, and I can write H is equals to X times root 3. So I got the first relation between X and H. I'll keep that aside. Now I'll take the second triangle ECF. What will take? Tan 30 degree equals EF to CF, and tan 30 we know that it is 1 upon square root of 3 equals to H upon this is 150 minus X, and now we have to simplify this. So what do we get? 150 minus X is equals to H root 3, correct? And then if I substitute the value of X, H as X root 3. So what do we get? 150 minus X is equals to this is X times root 3 into root 3. So I'll get 3X. And then I'll simplify this. So 150 is equals to 4X and X equals to, when I divide by 4, I'll get 37.4 meter. So X is 37.4 meter, and when I substitute here in the first equation, so I'll get H is equals to 37.4 into 1.73 if we'll take, then the value of H would be, you can keep this as 37.4 square root of 3 also if root 3 is not given, and if it is given you have to substitute the value and find the value of the final answer. So what do we get? Approximately 64.875 meter. Alright. So the height of the pillars are 64.875 meter and the point is 37.4 meter This is 5, right? That should be 5, not 4. So 37.5 meter away from the end of the roadway where the elevation is 60 degree. You have to mention that, okay, from which side it is. Alright, I hope you get it. Now very interesting question. Okay, so airplane flying horizontally 1 kilometer above the ground and going away from the observer. So we'll make the ground first and the observer, let's say here. Now initially the elevation was 60 degree. So what I'll do, I'll just make the elevation of 60 degree. Let's say this is the height 1 kilometer, right? And this is 60 degree. Now aeroplane is moving away. So let's say after 10 seconds it reached here. Again the height is uniform and this elevation is 30 degree. So remember 30 degree is smaller than 60. So I have to take like this. Alright. Label this point. A is the point of observation. Okay. This is B, C and E, F I'll take. And then let's say this distance is X I'll take and Y I'll take. Okay. Now in triangle ABC we have tan 60. So I'll just take tan 60 degree equals to BC over AC. So square root of 3 equals to 1 over X. Alright. Now triangle AEF. We have tan 30 degree which is EF to AF, correct? And now what I'll take 1 upon root 3 is equals to EF is 1, AF is X plus Y. And then what do we get? X plus Y equals to square root of 3. Here we have from here what I can say, X is equals to 1 upon square root of 3. So I can substitute this value over here. So 1 upon square root of 3 plus Y equals to square root of 3. And when I simplify this, I'll get Y equals to square root of 3 minus 1 upon square root of 3. When I simplify, LCM is square root of 3. So 3 minus 1 is 2 over square root of 3. This is the value of Y. Right. And now this distance covered in 10, Y distance is covered in 10 seconds. Now we have speed equals to distance upon time. Now the distance is Y. Okay, Y. See, we have taken in kilometers. So Y will be in kilometer. Right. And the time taken is 10 seconds. So this is in seconds. Now Y is how much? We got 2 upon square root of 3. And now this 10 seconds I'll just convert into R because they have asked us in terms of hours. So I'll just divide by 3600 and when I simplify this I'll get the speed equals to 416.18 kilometer. This is kilometer per hour. Okay. If they have asked the scale as meter per second, you have to take the distance accordingly in terms of meters. Alright. Easy? Alright. Perfect. Now here it is a very interesting question. Alright. Where most of the students are making a lot of silly mistakes. So please avoid that. Okay. Watch this and understand how to solve this. So what they are saying, the window A is 10 meter above the ground. So first of all, let's make the ground. So this is the ground and the window is 10 meter above the ground. So let's say this is 10 meter distance. This is the window. Okay. And now the tower, the tower is here. So this is the tower CD. Now when the observer looking at the top of the tower, the elevation is X degree. This is X degree. Okay, this is x degree. And when the observer looking at the bottom of the tower, so the foot D is there, and the depression, angle of depression is y degree. So this is also y degree, correct? Now we have to find the height of the tower, correct? So now if you just take this point over here, let's say E. So this is 10 meter. Now let's say this is x. Okay, so we have to find x. I won't take x because already given. So let me take this as h. Okay, all right. So let's say this CE is h, and we have to find the total height of the tower. So we have these two triangles, correct? Now see, the hint is given in your question, tan x degree and tan y degree. So very easy. Now for tan x degree, so I have to take the triangle CAE, right? So in triangle CAE, what do we have? Tan x degree equals CE upon A, correct? All right. So let's say this is D. Okay, by for the convenience, I'll take this as D so that I can eliminate that later. Now tan x value is given 5 over 2. CE is h we have taken, and this is D we have taken. Alright. And now I'll write 5D. I'll write D equals to 2h over 5. I'll keep this aside. Okay. Now I'll take the other triangle BABD. Correct? In triangle, because we have given the value of tan y degree, correct? So triangle ABD, what we have, tan y degree equals, what do we have to take? AB to BD, correct? And here they have given the value of tan y degree 1/4. So if I substitute that, it is very easy to simplify. So D is equals to 40 we have. Now if I substitute D equals to 40 in this equation, I can simply find the value of H. So what do we get? 40 is equals to 2 upon 5 times H. So H is equals to, this is 20 into 500. So the height of the tower is how much? 110, right? So CD is equals to H plus 10, and I can substitute this value 100 plus 10, which is nothing but 110 meter. So you have to write your final answer. The height of the tower is 110 meter. Write the final answer, okay? It is important in your board exams. Perfect. One more very interesting question. Now students are really afraid with this alpha and beta sort of thing. So I would suggest you don't get afraid. These are very easy questions if you understand the figure. Now what they are saying, a vertical tower stands on a horizontal plane surmounted by the vertical flagstaff of a height of h meter. So they have given that this is the ground, okay? Then the tower is over here. This is the tower, and above that there is one more flagstaff. So this is the flagstaff, okay? This AB, whose height is h meter they have given. All right. Now the angle of elevation of bottom and the top are given. So bottom, this is the bottom. So they have given this as alpha, and the top elevation is, the whole angle is beta. Okay, and we have to prove the height of the tower. So the height of the tower is this. So BC is the height of the tower. Okay, that we have to prove. It is this much. All right. So let's say this height is x meter, and the distance of this point of observation and tower is y. I am taking this. Okay. Now we have to prove x equals to this value. All right. Now how to do that? So we have two triangles, right? See, always the hint is given in the answer itself. So just observe it. Now we need tan alpha. So tan alpha is in triangle ABC. So in triangle ABC, and you have to write that. Okay, the height of the tower here is represented as BC, which I am taking as x meter. Okay, mention this. Now in triangle ABC, what do we take? Tan alpha equals to BC to AC. Now tan alpha is how much? BC is x. So what I'll write? Tan alpha equals to x over y. I'll keep this aside. Okay. Now one more triangle. In triangle A, sorry, I have taken A again. So I'll take this as D. So DAC, tan beta equals to DC to AC, right? And now tan beta is equals to DC is H plus X and AC is Y. Now see, the hint is given here itself. We have to subtract alpha and beta. I mean tan alpha, tan beta minus tan alpha. So I'll just subtract. Let's say this is equation 1 and 2. So subtract 1 from 2. That is the hint given to me. Okay, I have to take a subtraction. So I'll just take it. So now tan beta minus tan alpha is equals to h plus x over y minus x upon y. Now LCM is y, so I can simplify this as when I subtract this value, I'll get h upon y. Correct? So what I'll write here is y, this value. Okay, so y equals to h upon tan beta minus tan alpha. Correct? I have taken the cross multiplication. Now y equals to, from this, okay, y equals to x upon tan alpha. Correct? So I'll write this here. So therefore x upon tan alpha equals to h upon tan beta minus tan alpha. And now we have to prove the height of the tower. X equals to this. So I'll just write this in terms of x only. So tan alpha goes the other side by multiplying it by h. So h tan alpha upon tan beta minus tan alpha. See, we have proved it. Correct? So this is nothing but the height of the tower. Correct? So it is proved. Very easy question. Right? So remember, this type of question, the hint is given in your answer itself. So observe it correctly. Alright? Okay, perfect. Now this is important question. So what I have given, 20-meter high vertical pole and a vertical tower are the same level on the ground. So let's make the ground first. Right? And now we have one pole and one tower. Correct? So this, let's say this is the pole and this is the tower. Now how to decide which one is higher and which one is shorter? So see, 20-meter high vertical pole and a vertical tower are on the same level of the ground, and they have given the elevation. So see what they are saying, elevation of the top of the tower as seen from the foot of the pole is 60° and the vice versa is 30°. Now 60° is greater than 30°, we know that. So see, if I'll just make this angle over here and one angle over here, we are observing from the foot of the pole and tower by, one by one. Okay, now this angle is bigger, this is 60°. So that means the elevation of top of the tower. So this is the tower. Okay, let's say AB is the tower and CD is the pole, so which is 20 meter. Okay, so this is how you can decide. This is very common mistake when students are failed over here to identify which one is the tower and which one is the pole. So make it carefully. Alright, now let's take this distance as x. Now we have two triangles and then we can find the height of the tower. Let's say this is h. So let's do it. Now it is easy. Once you make the figure, the question is easy to solve. Right? So we have two triangles. In triangle CDB, what do we have? Tan 30 degree equals to CD to BD, correct? Which is 1 over root 3. CD is 20 and this is x we have taken. So x is equals to 20 square root 3. I'll keep this aside. Now in triangle, this is triangle ADB tan 60 degree, which is equals to AB to BD, and this is square root of 3. AB is h, BD is x. So now what I'll get? H is equals x equals to h of root 3. If I substitute the value of x as 20 root 3, so this is nothing but 20 square root of 3. I'll get directly the value of h. H is equals to how much? If I multiply this by square root of 3 and 20, so we'll get 3 times 20, which is 60 meter. So height of the tower we got, the first answer we got, this is 60 meter, and the horizontal distance. So if we already have this, right, horizontal distance. So if I substitute the value of x, this is 20 square root of 3. If I substitute the square root of 3 as 1.73, you can find the answer in terms of decimals, or you can keep this here. Alright, very easy once you make the figure. Okay, so don't make a mistake here making the figure. That is important. Now, very interesting question which we have. Okay, be careful when you make the figure. Once you make the figure, it is very easy to solve this. So let's understand what they have given. From a point of 36 meter above the surface of a lake. So we have to make the surface of the lake like this. Now a point of observation is here 36 meter above the surface. So this is 36 meter. Okay, and now the elevation of a bird. Here let's say the bird is there. Okay, and we have to take the elevation of the bird. Now this elevation is nothing but 30 degree, and the depression, angle of depression of its image. Now we know that, okay, this is A, then the image is exactly at the same distance down. We know that. So this is A dash, the image of the bird, right? See, you have to, this is the lake, okay, this surface, CD is the lake surface. So you have to take the image exactly below at the distance AD equals to A dash D. Okay, remember that. That is very much important thing here. And now, angle of depression, see, we are not changing the point of observation. So angle of depression is here itself. Okay, we are not changing the point of observation. So this angle is point of observation. So this angle is 60 degree. Alright. So this is how the figure looks like. It is very much important to understand the figure, as I said. Now this question is easy to solve. So what I'll do, I'll just make a point of P over here. Okay. So A is the what I have to take, AD is the actual height. Okay. This is AD we have to find. Now see, this is 36 meter. Correct. I'll take this as H. So A dash D is how much? H plus 36 here, correct? Alright. And let's take the horizontal distance as x. Then we can remove this later. Alright. Now we have two triangles. So in triangle A, I haven't made the point B. So ABP. So what I'll take? Tan 30 degree. Tan 30 is what? AP to BP. Now this is easy to solve, correct? Once you make the figure, it is very much easy. So H upon X. Alright. So what can I say? X is equals to H root 3. Keep that aside. Now in triangle, we have the other triangle A dash BP, correct? A dash BP. It is tan 60 degree. Now here, this is triangle A dash BP. Okay, so this is what? A dash P. Okay, upon BP. Remember that. Again, one more common mistake you tend to make. So this is square root of 3. Here A dash P is how much? H plus 36 is AD, and PD is again one more 36. So this is very common mistake. Huh? And here x we have. Now substitute the value of x and simplify this. So if I'll put x equals to h root 3, I'll get 3h here, h plus 72, and then when I solve, I'll get h equals to 36. So the actual height of the bird is how much? H plus 36. So if I'll substitute 36 and 36, I'll get 72 meter is the actual height of the bird from the lake, surface of the lake. Alright. Very easy question, but the figure is important to make. Alright. Perfect. Now here there are some practice questions which you can solve. If you have any doubt, please ask me in the comment box. I surely reply to you. I am assuming that you have solved along with me, and if you have done so, you are amazing. So thank you for watching this session.